Hey everybody, I am your host Kris, K-R-I-S. Nice to meet you if you're new, and if you're not, then hey, what's up? But either way, this is episode 1 of my podcast, my video cast, my extended vlog series, whichever you want to call this type of series or show. It be it, and you're welcome to watch it if you want. So, what y'all up to? No, this is episode 1. Last week, I had the official kind of like beta. I had the official first time exclusive to the public and the world, episode 000. And it was more of a test run to see what I like the feel of it, would I enjoy it. And I did. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I got a lot off my chest that usually gets scattered around when I'm doing live streams during Let's Plays and whatnot. And I feel like I could do a couple more of these at least. You know what I mean? I have a couple of things I'd like to talk about today. You know, one of the first things I'm going to talk about in a second. You know, man, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for me. Big deal in my life. And I'll get into that in a second. But if you enjoy these videos, then make sure you like the video. Like, you press that like button and you subscribe, or you become a patron over on my Patreon. The links are below, because those things help a lot. And yeah, you know, that goes a long way. You know, just hitting that like button goes a long ass way. But thank you for the support, everybody. Thank you for all the generosity over the years. It's definitely not been something that's been expected of anybody, and it's always quite surprising in a very pleasant way. I'm not someone who likes surprises normally, you know? Like, if you get me a birthday gift, or I got fucking hair in my mouth, like, I'm not even happy about that. If you get me a birthday gift or a Christmas gift, or you're like walking down the street, you see something, you're like, oh, Kris would like this, and you give it to me, dude, there's a chance I'm not gonna be an asshole to you. I'm not gonna be like, you know, I'm not gonna be like that. But I am gonna be like, oh, great, thanks, I guess. Because first off, if you get me something that is a object I have to own, that is such a dick move, man. I think that's selfish as hell. I really do. Like, if you got me a cool action figure or model, like there's this Metal Gear Rex model that's been around for years. There's like they produce them all the time. It's like $115 or something. It's about this big, you know. I can't even show both hands on screen. It's a big Metal Gear Rex from Metal Gear Solid 1. And I'm looking at him like, dude, I would love to buy that Metal Gear Rex. It would be the coolest thing ever. But where would I put it? Followed by, I have dogs, hairs everywhere, 2 collies. I'm constantly fighting to keep my PC from going on fire with those bastards, you know? And then there's the dust that comes off them all the time. And if I got a giant ass, badass Metal Gear Rex and I placed it over there or there in some other room, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, that's cool as shit. I'm going to look at it 3 times, forget it exists, and then I'm going to have to clean it all the time. And then my day is ruined. So you know, when people get you a surprise, sometimes as good and kind-hearted and as wonderful as it is to have the knowledge that you are in someone else's mind and heart, it's amazing. But at the same time, fuck, dude, just get me some fast food or something, alright? You know, don't get me something I'm going to have to keep. You know, can you imagine have to keep this box I have this microphone in all the time? You know, or this arm if I didn't use it? You know, there's so much shit. But I normally hate surprises, dude. I fucking hate surprises. They suck. You know, I don't even know what I like normally, you know? Like, without the surprise part, Kris, what do you want for your birthday? I have no idea. What do you want for Christmas? Listen, dude, just give me some socks, alright? Remember that shit when you were a kid? You got socks? Livid. You're like, damn, man, my heart is broken. Thanks for the socks, grandma. They're great. But on the inside, you know what I mean? But now it's like, dude, I got socks, and they're not even the cheap kind. They're the good kind, you know? The ones that don't rile up between your toes. I don't know if anyone else gets this. I think maybe it's just all my socks are cheap, but I have to turn my socks inside out after I take them out of the drawer, the closet, whatever, the dryer, and I have to like shake them, and then I have to pick up all the fluff off them because they fall apart bit by bit. They degrade. I don't know if that's what expensive socks do, but the socks I get all the time, you're 7 minutes cleaning them before you get to wear them. But having said that, getting a nice pair of socks at my age, damn, it feels good. Especially when they're real comfy. You know the difference. People tend to act like socks are socks until they get some good socks. Then shit's crazy. But my birthday is coming up, and I'm not saying this is written down on contract. I'm not saying I'm definitively for this. But I'm thinking about getting a cell phone, a mobile phone. Now, I've never had a phone of that kind before. Some people, actually a lot of people, react very shocked to that. I cut all my hair off if you didn't notice. But people tend to react to that in a whoa, hold up kind of manner. You know what I mean? But the reasons why I've never had a cellular phone, a mobile phone, is because I fucking hate motherfuckers, dude. Do not contact me. You know what I mean? You got my email. You know where I live. That's enough. Come down, chill out. Do not... See, the thing is, I'm offended now. It's gone from me not liking it to being offended by people wanting me to have a phone. Like, legitimately offended. I don't get offended much. At the end of the day, what do I got to be offended about? I bitch about video game stuff the most. So I don't... My life, I don't got shit to be offended about much. But I get offended when people think I should have a phone. When they get pissy that I don't have a phone. Because people today have this assumption and belief that they are entitled, completely entitled, to have you on speed dial anytime they want. Whether it's bosses, whether it's parents, whether it's significant others, whether it's friends, whether it's complete fucking strangers you went on a dinner date with or some shit. People feel entitled to ownership over you and your time. If I can't get in contact with you whenever I want, whether it be 2 p.m. or 2 a.m., you're an asshole. Fuck that. Hell no. Not a chance in hell. Listen, dude, I don't even reply to your emails. What makes you think I'm going to reply to your phone call or your text message? Ain't happening. Never going to happen. But the thing is, some shit you can't escape. Some things you just can't get away from. And I'm getting sick of motherfuckers calling me old because I have Skype instead of Kick, for example. Dude, Skype to me is still the new thing that replaced MSN. You know? Like, that's still the new thing. I don't know what Kick is. I don't know what WhatsApp is. I don't want to know what those things are. But the times consume all. You either evolve with the times or you get mauled by the times. You know what I mean? And there's other elements too that actually relate to you guys. Maybe I'll be able to film something that's not next to this wall for once. I can take, photos and shit of stuff I like better and be able to post it online. I'm not bound by the restraints of this casting couch and this microphone or this webcam. Of course, it's going to have to be a decent phone if I decide to get one, so I can actually use it. But there's other elements that are going into it. It's not just about feeling like I'm getting kind of left behind in the world, you know? So I think I should get a phone. I think everyone else needs to respect that when I do get a phone, they ain't going to hear from me any more than they already do. And if they start bitching about it, I'll fucking block that shit number right away. But I'm kind of nervous about it too. Because everyone I know, I don't know about you. I have no idea about you. Actually, you know what? Tell me. Pause the video and tell me right now if you have the free time, if I'm not just on in the background for you. If you're watching this and you have the time, pause the video and tell me right now, how many people, including yourself, constantly have phone-related issues? To me, fucking everybody I know has a phone issue. Whether there's space issue for no reason, whether it's leakage of the memory and shit's getting deleted, or freezing up or locking up like Windows Vista, or whether the camera stops working or something. There's like always someone I know who has a fucking issue with a phone. Now, maybe they don't take care of their shit, because actually, I will admit, a lot of those people are people who don't really use computers or anything. So, they go from remote control to iPhone, and they're wondering why downloading every app on the planet is fucking them up. But either way, as someone who knows shit about phones, they scare me off, man. I don't want to deal with any of that. And I'm sure as hell not going to deal with ads and pop-up stuff on my screen either. God damn. But, I'm thinking maybe I should get one. Maybe I should get one. So, there might even be a phone game out there that's fun to play. There might even be something fun on it that I might like, Miss Pac-Man. Hell yeah, that could be fun. If it beats getting the fucking Nintendo Switch, I'll tell you that much. Dude, I think I said this last week. I don't even know. I tried to buy Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch with PayPal, because I don't like using credit cards and shit when it comes to like small purchases or basically anything. So I go into Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch eShop. I go to buy it. Tells me, hey, you got to sign up for PayPal. I'm like, cool. Let me just do that real quick. Click, 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 dot. Then it goes to this stupid ass screen. Right? Stupid. Where it has that debit card or whatever. And it's like, your card's out of date. And I'm like, no shit. That's why I'm connected it to PayPal, motherfucker. And then I'm looking for the option to cancel and continue straight to PayPal. Doesn't exist. You need a card to buy shit with PayPal on Steam. What the fuck's the point of having PayPal then? PayPal is for convenience purposes. Why bother? Nintendo, you're stupid. It's like I'm really becoming a person who dislikes Nintendo, man. Their way of handling shit pisses me off. Every single thing they do right, they fuck up in one other way or another. And they throw out some bullshit too. Like, this is my Japanese voice. We're just trying to protect the kids from spending $10,000 on toys and video game DLC. Fuck the kids. Not my problem. I don't give a fuck about the kids. I care about my convenience, man. I don't give a fuck about some 35-year-old mom of 15 in Connecticut, and what their fucking asshole kids are doing on the phone. That has nothing to do with me. I don't give a shit about that. Why do I get punished for bad parenting? I don't have a kid. If I had a kid, I'd be a terrible parent. I'd actually be a pretty good parent, depending on what it is. I'd be a good parent if it was a girl. I could stay on the floor playing Barbie dolls all day. I'd come up with cool storylines, and then I'd play video games with her at night. It'd be awesome. I'd be an awesome parent. And if it's a boy, if I knock up a girl and she's like, oh, it's a boy, well, they're both going in the river after that. It's girl or nothing. So I'm going to wait until we have that technology where it's really, really accurate on what you're getting, and you can just manipulate the genes. You know what I mean? Take eye drops or something. Oh, now it's a girl. You know what I mean? So I'll wait until then. So I'm holding out for the HD edition. But I ended up saying, fuck Nintendo. I'm not going to use anything except my easy access, legs wide open PayPal. I don't have this problem with PayPal on PlayStation. I go to PlayStation and I want to buy this game. It goes straight to checkout. It does the circly login thing to PayPal. Boom, it's yours. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to Steam. So I went to Steam and I bought it on Steam. I bought Final Fantasy 7 on Steam for the same price. And you know what? It's amazing. I did speak about that a little bit last week, but it's better looking. It doesn't have the fucking foggy background shit or the really weird text boxes. It doesn't have any of the downsides. All the fucking Switch had going for it was convenience, and then they fucked it up. They fucked it up. I don't want this to be negative, so I'm going to say some positives about the Switch. Give me a minute. I'm thinking about buying Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong? Luigi's Mansion 3 looks fucking fun. Luigi's Mansion 3? That looks so fun, dude. You know, there's a couple of games coming out. You know, Zelda. I kind of want to play Breath of the Wild. I love the art style of Breath of the Wild. I think Zelda is a fucking fox. She's a fine ass thing. I want to play a Zelda. Link's cool too. I think Link's a cool ass character. Even though he doesn't speak, he's not a speaking protagonist. You can kind of feel like the aura off him. He's a cool dude. I want to play a Zelda though. You know, Switch has good games. The Switch has great games. Just, I don't want to have physical shit, and I don't want to be inconvenienced when I'm trying to buy that shit. So really, this isn't a Switch issue. This is me just pissed off at the Nintendo higher-ups for being bitches. Bitches. Give me a Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch. Hell yeah. Oh shit, dude. A Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch? That'd be good. Is there already one out? There has to be, right? There has to be. A Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Switch? Fuck. But I'm thinking of getting a phone. Phones suck. I hate them. Dude, if some fucking telemarketer calls me, I'm gonna be pissed. You know, I'm gonna go through every back door I can find to make sure like I'm as unreachable as possible. It's like that's it. And if I add like one person to my contact list and then I get a telemarketer, I'm blocking that motherfucker because they found me through that motherfucker. Hell no. Phones set me off. If you turn on a phone, I'm going to give you all some dating advice. You want some dating advice? Okay, I don't know shit about dating, but I'll give you some fucking dating advice. If you turn on a phone while you're watching a movie with someone and you look at it for even a second, I think it should be legally okay to get that phone and smash it off your head. I think it's legally and morally an okay thing to do. Unless you discussed it beforehand. Like, hey, do we know that actor from somewhere? Yeah, I think we do. Is he from Heroes? Oh, no one watches Heroes. That show sucked. Oh, want me to Google it real quick? Yeah, all right, do that. All right, let's pause the movie. Let me Google it real quick. Oh, yeah, it was from Heroes. It was just so awful that we blocked it out of our heads. You know, that's cool. But if I'm like watching John Wick 3 with someone, right? And I'm like, oh, did you see that? That was... What are you doing? No, I'm watching the movie. You're on your phone. No, watching the movie. He shot the guy in the head. It was great. You know, like, smash. Legally and morally okay. I think perfectly fine. I don't care. Dude, chick, child, newborn, whatever, fucking fetus. I'll punt that fetus out the fucking window. If he gone. Like, it'd be like a twinkle in the sky. Team Rocket. You know, leave the phone off. Hate that shit. I don't like phones. This podcast is a phone rant. It's not good, dude. It's so socially insulting, you know? Like, I look at someone, like, you ever having a conversation with someone who's on the phone and they're like talking to you? Like they're paying attention to you, right? They're paying attention. They're talking to you. They're not missing a beat that goes in their ears. But instead of their eyes like this, their eyes are like this. I'm like, yeah, oh, that's right, you know, whatever. That's so insulting. When I'm doing something and someone talks to me, you know, I'll pause the game, pause the movie. I'll be annoyed, but I'll look them and be like, hey, what's up? What do you need me for? Washing the dishes. Someone comes over, talks to me. Yeah, you know, whatever. I'll look at that in the eyes while we're having the conversation. But people will sit in a room next to you. And this goes beyond my annoyance. This is a real social problem. I mean, social media keeps getting blamed for depression being higher than ever. Suicide rates being high. fucking self-harm, all this shit. Social media is getting attacked. It's like, hey, social media, stop killing our children. Dude, how about you stop looking at your phone all day and stop caring about what people say on the internet? I get people telling me to kill myself all the fucking time. You know? But why is there a dog hair in my mouth? But the thing is, don't be glued to that shit all day, every day. Use it for different things. Use it for positive shit. When you allow yourself to be controlled by technology, when you allow yourself to be consumed by this, you won't even know what color your ugly ass wall is in your house. You know what I mean? Like your eyes are going here and you're ignoring everything and the people, relationships going away, friendships going away. Have you ever been in a room filled with people that you even know, not strangers, but you know these motherfuckers, and yet you felt like you were alone because they're either on their phones or they're like talking to their other friends and they don't like you? You know, that's probably your problem. But they're doing something with technology that has them acting like nothing else exists, and you're there like, dudes, why am I hanging out in this place with y'all if we're not doing anything about it? You go to a fucking concert, the person's not looking at the band on the stage. They're looking at the band on the stage through the phone. I'm going to put this on YouTube. It's going to be great. Then I'm going to complain on social media with my phone once the band gets my video deleted. You know? Why would I go to a concert with you if this is going to be you the entire time? And I'm rocking out, you know, Metallica, blah, you know, or some shit, someone that doesn't suck. You know what I mean? From Blink 182. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at you and you're just like halfway checking the band, make sure it didn't view your phone, and posting on Twitter, hey man, look where I am, this is great. You know, like, why am I here with you? I should have came alone. In fact, in those situations, you're better off going alone. Do you know why? Because if you go to a concert alone, no one else, no one to distract you, you know who you're going to find? Lonely ass hot chicks who feel the exact same way about you, about phones, that you can go and do all sorts of cool shit with. You know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm not alone in this. You're going to find somebody at a concert, you know, wearing fishnets and a fucking low-cut black tank top, no bra, you know, probably not on crack, you know, who doesn't care about phones, who will look you dead in the eye while she's doing other things, then talking. And then you'll be like, this is the best fucking concert ever. And you're gonna be like, dude, why the fuck would I bring Phony McGee over here, who's going to be talking to fucking Bill Gates on Twitter about how he needs to give all his fortune to the blind, otherwise he's a bad person, when the fucking band is over here singing about, you know, how great black magic is and burning people at the stake was like a funny Tuesday because they're 45-year-olds trying to appease the edgy 14-year-olds, and you know, it's like a fucking Twilight Zone vortex. Everything's getting sucked into one big drain, you know, and you're sitting there feeling left out from this asshole, and you're trying to enjoy this, but asshole number one's fucking with you. You know, I want to hear my weird emo shit. So don't go with the phone. You like, turn that shit off. But I'm going to become asshole number one, because I'm always on the fucking computer, and if I'm getting a phone, I'm going to be like, oh, well, hold up. I uploaded a video a few hours ago. Let me check, see if I got a couple of comments since then. Oh, I have. Let me reply to them real quick. Hey, you know, could you stop playing the music? It's making me have typo issues over here. I suck with the digits on the phone, so I'm using voice recognition. You know, hey, thanks for subscribing, man. Okay, continue. All's good. You're like, why would you do that? I'm going to become this asshole. I'm going to become the fucking phone fuck. And then when the horny chick in the fucking fishnets is looking around for eye contact, human connection, human emotion, you see someone from across the room and you go, damn. And they go, damn. Let's go to the porta potty. You know? That's not going to be me anymore. Not that was me in the first place, but the potential is severely limited by 38% or something more than it was. You know what I mean? It's gone down. Phones suck. They make you depressed. They make you nosy. They make you overly reliant on constant feedback from your friends. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're abandoned. And they restrict you from reality. And that's what the government already wants you to do in the first place. To restrict you from reality. You don't even know if I exist. I could be fucking fake. This could be like some Russian bot telling you all this shit to distract you. You know? Like, who am I? You don't know me. You know? But you're looking at me on a phone. Or you're probably looking at me on a fucking phone. You probably are too. You know? You're being distracted from reality. Stop looking at me on your phone. Look up. What do you see? Something different. Something real. Feel it. Feel it. Fuck. I'll be joining the cult in about a month. Don't worry. This is next month. Next month I'm going to upload a podcast. And I'm going to be there. And I'm going to I'm going to stare into it with dead eyes like this. Where they're lazied out. And I'll be like, hey everyone, I just want to say a big shout out to my sponsor over at Apple for sending me these awesome phones. I love phones. Phones are great. By the way, if you sign up now, you'll get a free Twitter account so you can post all your grievances online. Hey, isn't that right, Russia? Russia's over there going, You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, dude. What are you doing? What are you doing? Where have we come in society? You know, I wrote this down as a bullet point. I write down the shit I want to talk about as a bullet point so I don't forget. And I wrote down asterisk or whatever it's called, space, phone. So that's about. I didn't mean to go off on y'all. Start this off on a rant. I do try to limit my rants because I tend to go a little overboard. But nothing I said is wrong. Not a fucking thing I said is wrong. Hell no. Hell no. Not a damn thing I said is wrong. You know what I mean? And the phone, the fucking camera quality isn't even good. You know, that's the other thing about the fucking phones I hate. People are idiots. They think we're living in this high-tech age. You hear all these assholes. Oh, can you believe on this 6-inch dick that we can do all these amazing things? I have all the information about the human world that's been released to us that the government allowed us to have. In the palm of my hand. How amazing is this? And I'm looking at them. I'm like, that is slow ass shit that takes forever to type on, that you have one fucking page open at a time on, and that doesn't even allow a tenth of the features a laptop does. That is just a smaller, shittier laptop. And laptops have been around for fucking 5 decades or something. Phones are not high tech in any way. The video quality sucks. The memory sucks. Everything to keep it up and going. And the fucking companies themselves have said that they purposely make it so that the phone will begin to degrade by time the new model is out. Meaning you need to upgrade that shit soon. How is that high tech? You know what's high tech? I'll tell you what's high tech. A hammer is high tech. You know? A pickaxe is high tech. You know why? Because you can find a hammer from ancient Egypt today and use it as intended and it'll be just as good. You fucking download a video or a game onto your phone, guess what? Shit's bloated now like it just had a bunch of fucking carbs for dinner. Now you're going to have to start routing through your shit and start deleting shit to make it work again. Phones blow ass. And not even in the good way. Lame. Phone users suck. All of them. Bitches, they're the reasons why my fucking Twitch stream ain't in 1080p. It used to be in 1080p. Then people started complaining about buffering. And I'm like, why is your fucking stream buffering for you? It's fine for me. And they're like, well, I'm in a bus stop in fucking Istanbul on my phone, and your stream is buffering. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, why the fuck are you in Istanbul? You know? You're Jamaican. Go home. Use your computer. But of course, when you're making content, you have to appease the masses and do what they want, because you don't have a gun to their head telling them, hey, you gotta watch my shit or I'm gonna, paint my wall red. You know what I mean? So I dropped the quality from 1080 to 720, and now we're here, and 30 days or so, I'm gonna join the sea of despair and be brainwashed too. So say goodbye to the real Kris Reed. He is about to be zombified, and say hello to buy product now guy. But whatever. What do I want to talk about today? You know what I want to talk about? What I want to talk about last week. I'm going to talk about some video games now. Last week, we talked about From Software a little bit. We talked about a bit of Tenchu. We talked about a lot of Tenchu and how it could come back as a remake. And I'm like, okay, all right, that sounds cool. And I gave some ideas on that. But my favorite type of video game is third-person survival horror. And I was thinking to myself, what other games could come out? I was thinking, well, we have Resident Evil 8. But I don't feel like talking about Resident Evil 8 right now. I'm still gathering some thoughts on that. Dino Crisis. Hear me out. And wait, first off, watch this. Watch this. I got this shit set up. Oh, you see that? Hell yeah. Where to God? No, I broke it. Hold up. I'm still getting used to this. Now, you ready? 1, 2, 3, and boom. Dude, look at that. You got the visuals of Dino Crisis 1. This is from my playthrough, episode 1. Dino Crisis came out at the wrong time. It came out when survival horror was at its peak. But it also came out at the time when survival horror was feeling a little bit repetitive to people. You had the Resident Evil games, which had 2 or 3 games at the time. You had the Alone in the Dark franchise. You had Silent Hill 1. You had Clock Tower. You had all these survival horror games out and about, running wild on the world. And it was amazing. But people got fatigued because they weren't evolving a lot. And this was definitely shown then with Nemesis, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, when it sold less than Resident Evil 2 by a far margin. It was pretty big at the time. So Dino Crisis came out at a time when, while good game, pretty damn good game, it was released into a saturated market. And I feel today, with the not even surprising, with the well-expected success of Resident Evil Remake 2, Dino Crisis could come back in a big way. The thing is, with Dino Crisis, they could learn a lot from Remake 2. And they could bring a whole host of new survival horror to the table. Now, there's 2 Dino Crisis games. Actually, there's several of them. But there's 2 people care about. The original and Dino Crisis 2. The original is survival horror. The sequel is a arcade shooter. My nose is itchy, alright? Every time I touch this fucking microphone, something fucking crawls up it. The original Dino Crisis survival horror. The second game was an arcade shooter. Both games hella fun. Some people love the second. Some people love the first. For me, I love the first more. But the main reason why I think it should go with the survival horror route, should Dino Crisis come back, is that there isn't a saturated environment for survival horror anymore. There's no longer any fatal frames that anyone gives a shit about. Silent Hill is straight up dead. Clock Tower is dead. The Haunting Ground didn't even get a sequel. Alone in the Dark is either on hiatus or dead or just being ignored. No one cares about any of it. You know what I mean? It's gone. So, all you have left are first-person survivals, Resident Evil. That's it. You know? A couple of top-down indie games, maybe. You know, ones that deal with hunger and stuff. Somebody's playing New Vegas on extreme mode, so they need water every 5 seconds. Like, that's the world we live in now. Dino Crisis would be a prime candidate for the return of survival horror, and in a successful way. Plus, it's coming from Capcom. They are now in a position of power once more. Dudes, they were the best in the 90s. They were the best in the 2000s. And then they had a little fluffy fluff. You know, they went a little downhill down the sink. But they crawled their asses back out. And now they are back on top. And dudes, they are so fucking good at what they do. Especially when it comes to character movement. It always flows beautifully. So I have a couple of ideas about how I'd like the Dino Crisis to return. First off, either make it Dino Crisis 3 or make it a reboot. Personally, I'd make it a reboot. Bring Regina back. Who does not want to see Regina wearing this outfit in 4K on a PlayStation 5? Look at her when she walks through a fucking door, dude. Ass cracked for days. I mean, obviously they'd update it and all that stuff. And that's cool too. I like strong, empowered women. It's actually a big thing for me. I think the more of a badass a chick, the cooler she be. You don't need to sexualize everybody with tits. You know what I mean? But she's a badass redhead that doesn't take any shit from any of her colleagues and does what she needs to do to save her own ass from getting eaten. So bring back Regina, main character the entire way through. Maybe have two characters. Maybe have an optional one like Claire and Leon have going on. But Regina needs to come back. She's fucking stone cold badass. Second, if it is a reboot, that means you get the opportunity to make the story a little less stupid. Personally, if you don't know about the story of Dino Crisis, the dinosaurs aren't clones or anything like that like Jurassic Park. They're brought in from a time warp. They find a space tear in the universe, and they bring dinosaurs back from the past into the present. I would rather they just rip off Jurassic Park. So if it is a reboot, then I think they could go a long way in retelling the story in a great way. Now, I don't know if Dino Crisis has any hardcore fans out there that would definitely disagree with me, because personally I don't normally like reboots. I don't like shit being erased. But this franchise, I wouldn't say it's dead, but it's sure as hell been dormant for 20 years nearly, you know? And I think that some liberties would need to be taken to make it a fine ass product. One of the benefits from Dino Crisis that I liked a lot was that it was pretty damn difficult. Dinosaurs would tank bullets like there's no tomorrow. They would eat all your shotgun shells and they wouldn't care, especially later in the game when these bigger dudes come out and they start chasing you down hallways and there's an unconscious T-Rex because he's that dumb and there's like all this crazy stuff. Dino Crisis kicks your ass. I want all of that and more. I want Dino Crisis with Dino mode or some weird Jurassic hard mode, you know? I want it to kick your ass. But more importantly, I want the puzzles to remain intact. Dino Crisis lives up to its puzzles and I love it. Now, they're not the hardest or anything like that. Several of them are just color coded. That's all, you know. But the green orb thing, cylinder in the green suction cup holder, whatever. You know, like a lot of them are like that. A couple of them at least. But they keep your mind active, they keep you awake. So I think if they were to bring back Dino Crisis, look at Remake 2. Some of the puzzles are a little too easy. I think they need to step it up a little bit. And finally, the biggest thing I want to talk about with Dino Crisis that I think they need to go above and beyond with is because this would be a next-gen console game, because this would be a present-day game, the biggest thing they can do is the PlayStation 4 has a little speaker on it. The PlayStation 5 is going to have upgraded audio. Why not bring in like different type of game elements? Dinosaurs eat your ass, right? They kill you fast. It's a survival horror. I'm not saying incorporate stealth, but I am saying there could be stuff in that area they could do. I picture this as a game set in as much a facility as it is set in a forest or a jungle. Mix them together like Dino Crisis 2. And have elements where should you be too loud, think Splinter Cell 3, a dinosaur will smash through a crate or smash through an air vent or something and chase you. Should you be bleeding, dinosaurs from other areas of the building are able to sniff you out and they will surround the area and chase you down. Because in Dino Crisis 1, I forget number 2, but in this game, when you get injured badly, you bleed. And because of that, you lose health. So I want it to be something like the dinosaurs get alerted. Think Mr. X going through doors when you make too much noise. When you shoot the gun in Remake 2, Mr. X from down the street, he'll come sprinting through the doors to get to you. Think that with the dinosaurs. Only make them killable. They're just the dinosaurs, whatever. Don't make them some invulnerable juggernaut. Just make it harder for you. So you have to be more aware of what's going on. And because it's a survival horror, because it's dinosaur based, because there's probably outside elements, how about you incorporate other types of survival elements to that? Maybe you need to keep yourself hydrated. Drink from a river. But if you go down to the river, you know what also likes drinking from rivers? Dinosaurs, because they need to drink water too. So it might be more dangerous. Maybe add a nighttime, daytime element. I think as a franchise, you can bring in so much to this type of game that other games of the same genre will not let you have, will not allow you to go that far. In fact, the Resident Evil concept, Resident Evil 5 back in the day, a concept of that I read about, I don't know how true it was. I read it in one of the old PS2 magazines. A concept of Resident Evil 5 was, initially the sun of the African sky was going to play a part in it. It was going to tire Kris out. Maybe it would have made his aim more wobbly. Maybe it would have made enemies stronger, whatever it may be. I was reading that you had to go in the shade and stuff. Eventually, that was all dropped, probably because they couldn't implement it right, and probably because the added split screen and stuff took up too much power for the PS3. Whatever the reasons be, they dropped it. I think something like that could work with Dino Crisis really damn fine. I think making them more animalistic, but more alive in a way. Not robotic killing machines, but more alive. I'm not saying bring in some moral implications onto it, because I don't want to feel bad when I'm trying to fucking kill some shit, you know what I mean? But make them have their own like nesting grounds, you know? Make them have their own areas of dominance. Oh, we don't want to go through here. This is where the raptors are. You know, like the other games, this game has something like that. Dino Crisis 2 has something like that. But you can elevate it to a whole new level. And in ways that makes this game not a Resident Evil clone, but a game that stands on its own 2 feet and can even innovate and set new standards for the type of horror that people can expect from here on out. You have games out there these days that have food systems. Even Minecraft on hardcore mode is a really good survival horror. If you play Minecraft on hardcore mode, you have to watch your food. Because if you starve to death, game over, your world gets deleted. A creeper blows up next to you, game over, all gone. You have to start a complete new game, no saving allowed. That's so cool. Take stuff like that, put it in the kind of survival horror we want. As you've seen there, I flawlessly run away from a dinosaur that's jumping over a gate. Now, I freaked out in this scene. That scared me. When you put this kind of stuff onto a modern day PC or console, you can do stuff like this on an entirely different plane of existence that will blow everyone away. You know what I mean? And if you go with like a cloning aspect instead of the time machine stuff, you can create all sorts of cool things. You could create dinosaurs with 2 heads. You can create dinosaurs with 2 dicks. Whatever you want to do, you can do that. You can bring in all this creative, fun stuff. You're not limited by what society has presented to the game developer, what the archaeologists have found. You're not limited by that. You can bring in intelligent dinosaurs that learn how to open some certain doors. You know, Jurassic Park, when they open the thing. I'm not saying they're inputting fucking codes on a wall or anything. I'm saying maybe they just learn things. Add a water element to it. You know, go back to the river for a second. Yeah, the dinosaurs are down by the river. Oh crap, they see me getting water. I need to run away. Let me follow the river, see where it goes. Okay, it goes down to the lake. Okay, I'm now in the lake. What happens? Boss fight. Giant water dinosaur. Or maybe not even that. Maybe big crocodiles will attack the other dinosaurs and they will fight each other, giving you a chance to escape. Bring the world to a whole new level of reality and realism while keeping you on the edge. I think Dino Crisis works really well in a standard Resi style game, as it is here. But it can go way beyond that the other games can't allow because they're stuck to their universe. This could be a whole new thing. Now in this game, there is multiple choices. So they could do that also. I'm saying I want to play as Regina the entire game. But if you could play as other characters, or if you could bring other characters with you, or if you could do other things with other characters, like maybe they have their own specialties. Say there's a team of 6, because you're a part of a fucking super team, some kind of secret agent agency, you know? So maybe Rick is good with computers, okay? So you bring him with you. Maybe Gale is good with combat. Oh, there's a big fucking dinosaur back there in this maybe semi-open world, but still a linear, multi-doored puzzle game. I don't want to fight him alone. Let me go get Gale help. Think when Richard fights against Yawn in Resident Evil. And if Gale dies, it changes the ending. Or you get his weapon. Or you lose the opportunity to get a weapon later on. Maybe he had the key to something and it got eaten along with him. And it gives you reason to replay the game. It gives you reason to try as hard as possible and not beeline straight to the ending. I'm just saying, Dino Crisis, as far as survival horror goes, it's open wide for possibility. It is beyond anything other games can fight against. You know what I mean? And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And Capcom, if you show this, Capcom have shown for the last 10 years, if you show interest in this, they're not like From Software. You know, they're not like all these other companies who do their own thing regardless of what. They'll be like, oh shit, we love that franchise, but y'all didn't buy it. Hit. There's Dino Crisis Reboot. There's Dino Crisis 4, whatever you want. You know what I mean? They'll do it. So if you are vocal about this and you're like, hey, where Dino Crisis at, man? They're listening. I personally think they're listening. So if anybody is from Capcom, if anybody is connected to that and you want to share this video, you want to be like, hey Capcom, what's up, man? No, Dino Crisis has fans. I'm one of them, and it can be more than a Resident Evil clone. It can be more than a survival horror standard game. It has the potential for greatness, and that's personally how I feel about it. That's personally how I feel about Dino Crisis. I think it was a great game, and I would love it if it came back in a big way. Now, Dino Crisis 2 was fun also, but I'm just saying, as far as it goes, Dino Crisis 1, great damn game, man. Great damn game. But, you know, that's all I'm going to talk about with Dino Crisis, because I feel like if we really get into it, look at all that shit. I'm going to be here all day. And it's going to be nothing but a... Where is that YouTube capture? It's going to be nothing but a fiesta. Is that a word? Is that an appropriate word? Other than that, you know, I've been playing a couple of games. I started Dark Souls on stream there the other day, and it may be one of the most fun runs I've ever expected to have in that game. There's something special about RPG games where you're able to put yourself in that world or create a character and create your own narrative in that world, and that's something I love. And even games that I frown upon, when they have those elements, I really like them, such as Pokemon. I'm critical of Pokemon. Everyone knows I can run my mouth on Pokemon a little too much. But Pokemon is great because it kind of gives you a somewhat blank canvas. You know, if you've ever watched my playthroughs, you know I like to create a character. And I like to role play a little bit. And the games allow you to reach that point. So for a Pokemon game, I think it'd be wonderful if they expanded upon that element more than anything else. I'm picturing something like Pokemon mixed with Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon, fighting arena games, you know what I mean? And just evolve it. Now, my thing with Pokemon, I'm very critical. I don't like giant Pokemon heads coming from different dimensions, mega Pokemon, endless legendaries. You know, I don't even like that there's 1 billion Pokemon. I don't like there's 900 Pokemon. I don't think a game needs that many to be amazing. Here's my ideal. I'm going to create a scenario. And you can give me your feedback and tell me what you think too. Here's my scenario of a Pokemon game. Picture this. You go to a new town, or you're on the way to a new town, and you're on top of a ridge. You came out of the cave, right, with Flash and your Zubats. You came out of the cave, and you're looking over this little forest below this mountaintop you're on, or this cliff. And above it, or across from this forest, you see the town you're headed to. Only something's wrong with it. Something happened. There are knocked down buildings. There are caved in bridges. You know, the farms are destroyed. You're like, whoa, what's happening here? You need to go there to get your badge, right? So you go there, and everyone's like, yo, a school of angry Gardos showed up for some reason and started fighting each other right next to our town. Hyper beams for days. The place got wrecked. We don't know why they were here. Something's definitely not right about this. Now, in a Pokemon game, sometimes something like that happens. Sometimes to a degree, something like that happens. Maybe you need to get an item like a key card or a poker flute or whatever to advance. It's not just going from area to area. But it's never fleshed out. In this type of game, in these Pokemon games, you'd get like a bucket of water to give a child, and then you go straight to the Pokemon gym and you fight the Pokemon leader. I'm saying add that main quest and as many little quests as possible for each town. I think it would be wonderful if they found a way without boring the player to want to keep you in a town for as long as possible. Every time. Would say there's 10 towns, there's 8 badges, and you want to stay in every single town as long as possible because of the way they're keeping it alive. So what did I talk about? Gym leaders and ruined bridges and Gyarados. Alright, what can you do with that? First thing you want to do, side story. What's happening with the Gyarados? Why were they here? Is there something happening? Oh, let's go investigate by the caves nearby the town. Maybe something happened there. Oh, look, something did happen there. Now that side story is about fixing that. Okay, so the Gyarados situation has been fixed. Now you go back. Instead of going getting the badge and leaving, hey, can I build this bridge? You go over to the bridge destroyed. You're looking at it and you're like, okay, we need wood. There's lots of forests outside. Cutting down a couple of trees to fix this forest isn't going to destroy anything, so or ruin the environment. So let's get a couple of trees and help build this town back up. You go over, suddenly something pops up on the screen. Oh shit. I don't have a Pokemon or a way to move all these trees. I need a way to do this. And that's when you don't need 800 Pokemon anymore. You need 100, or 70 or 80. Oh shit. If I had a mat choke, I'd be able to carry this log on my shoulders and I'd be able to bring it back to the bridge that needs to be fixed up. But because all my Pokemon are built in different ways, like Venusaur is strong, but he needs help carrying this stuff, and Eevee isn't going to be able to do it. So maybe you do leave the town. Maybe you do get the badge and you leave the town. But you find a mat shop. You're like, dude, I'm going back there and I'm fixing this stuff up. And you get bonded with the world in a way that you never did with a Pokemon game. I love that. I would love that. Bring it to life. The anime did this. Remember the episode with the Grimer that were infecting the water of the town? What city was that? I forget the name of the city. But there was like Grimer and Muck that were polluting everything. And then there was the episode with the bridges and the biker gangs and all this. They fleshed out what the game presented. But that was on the Game Boy 1. That was on the original Game Boy. And limitations due to the hardware prevented that kind of storytelling. It wasn't released on the SNES or the Sega. It wasn't released on the PlayStation 1. It was released on a little black and white handheld. But now you have the Switch, the amazing Switch. And you have all these opportunities and power that you can use with the Switch that you can do all that. You can go beyond the traditional. You can go beyond throwing out just random garbage like giant-headed Pokemon to fight. You can bring in these new elements. This old couple are stranded on an island. Damn, I don't got a boat. What could I get? Let me go catch a Lapras. Let me go catch a water Pokemon that will allow these people to get on, and then we can get out of here. Then you get a reward. What kind of reward would you get from these old people? They want to thank you with something. Maybe they give you something vital to the story progression. Maybe it's just a side story and they give you something cool. I would also love it if a Pokemon game allowed me to have a choice of more Pokemon at the beginning as my starter. Or maybe you can randomize the world a little bit for what kind of Pokemon you might see around you. Because everyone has their favorite Pokemon, everyone has their favorite team, everyone has their favorite fire type. Me, I love Ponyta. When I played Soul Silver, I wanted a Ponyta. But I didn't get a Ponyta till like late game. And by then, I already had a very powerful Magmar. Now, why would I discard Magmar just for a Ponyta? It's the same damn Pokemon at the end of the day. I don't need a Rapidash because Magmar has Fire Punch. And it does the deed well. I'm going to use Magmar against a grass type. Ember's going to be enough to fuck it up. So, maybe you can just choose what Pokemon you want from the very start. And then you can randomize the area, like roll a dice, and you can go out and see what kind of Pokemon pop up. It's not always going to be Pidgey. It's going to be a level 3 Sparrow, or that little blue bird Pokemon I love. I forget its name now. Or it could be a Sandshrew, or it could be like a Growlithe, or something cool like that. I think there's so much you could do to bring the world of Pokemon to life. And this is something that other JRPGs do. Do you remember Digimon World and its shopping minigame with Monochromon? Why not do something like that? Wouldn't that be cool? You go to a town, hey, the shopkeeper's been injured. Team Rocket or some hoodlums fucked him up. Maybe his Pokemon's sick and is at the Pokemon Center. Whatever the story be, the shop is in need of a shopkeeper. Boom, there comes you. Only you also have Pokemon that will help you out. And if you have certain Pokemon with certain abilities and certain attributes that you can bring in more customers, maybe you're there with a Tentacruel and he's walking around with 8 arms up with plates in every arm, and people are getting their food faster, so they're leaving faster and more people are coming in, bringing in more revenue, and you get more and more money. And then when the dude comes back, he's like, dude, here's all the shit. Here, you're getting a 20% cut of everything I made today because you were so awesome. And because you used a Tentacruel to take in all this revenue in the first place, you're getting so much more back than you would if you had a Hitmonlee helping you out, or a Heracross, Like, that kind of stuff is badass. You can just take one small town and you can fill it with so much opportunity. You don't need to have like gym fight leave. You don't need that. You don't need to have little girl lost. Okay, you give her to her mom. She gives you a bike voucher. Now you got the bike. Leave. You don't need that. You could add and add and add. And because of that, you don't need 900 Pokemon. Nobody catches all the Pokemon anymore except for a small minority. You don't need all these Pokemon in the game to keep it fun. You can have the same 80 Pokemon. You can have 120 Pokemon and 10 new ones. But if they're implemented correctly, if they're implemented in a way that makes you go, damn, that's really cool, then that is going to be really fun to play, and people won't complain about the lack of Pokemon in it, which is what people are doing right now. So you can go beyond that if you just flesh out the games. You see it in the Final Fantasies, you see it in the Personas, you see it in all these little JRPGs that are only on the Nintendo DS. Just elements and elements of depth, and it's like this deep well of layered trivia that makes it feel like you're living in a real world, or at least a real Pokemon world. I don't think graphics, I don't think new moves, I don't think new Pokemon and a new location is all necessary. Of course I want a new location, but at the end of the day, it's not the most vital part. I think you can have a small Pokemon game that feels like the biggest Pokemon game ever made. And that's what I want from it. I think that'd be the most fresh take you could have. Now, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how much money would go into that. But Game Freak and Nintendo be raking that shit in. They can make that game. There's a lot of little Nintendo games out there, like I just mentioned, that can't do that, but they still have that depth. Who made Octodad or whatever it's called? Octopath. You know, that's pretty deep. A lot of stuff you can do in that. Add some Pokemon flavor to it, baby. You know, so much good shit. I think there's so much you could do. There's so much great stuff you can do with a Pokemon game. That's a world people love. And even the most critical of people like me, I can complain about Pokemon all day. But I love it. I love Pokemon. I love seeing the new art designs. Even if I'm not always a fan of them, I love seeing them. I love the character models. I love the art style of the people. I love how iconic it is. It stands out. It's its own unique style and it's amazing. I love the battle cries. I especially love the Pokemon world itself. I would love to live in a world that's filled with trees instead of buildings. That's filled with beautiful rivers that aren't green and black from pollution and oil. You know, I'd love to live in a world where when that happens to a river, the community comes together to immediately fix that wrong, to right that wrong, and take down that corporation that did that. Pokemon's universe is gorgeous. It's the ideal world you'd want to live in. But there's so much more that could be done with the games. And you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just a disappointing thing, you know? I ain't mad, I'm just sad. Because there's no other franchise out there that's on the level of Pokemon when that brings those vibes. There's not a single franchise. Not a single one. So when I see the one that does exist, and I see it being a little, you know, half-assed, might be a harsh thing to say. Some people don't like saying that. People will defend Pokemon no matter what criticisms you have, no matter how valid they'll defend it. But even so, man, you could do so much better. And you know, I was just hoping with the Nintendo Switch that Pokemon will be brought to a new level that would blow away everybody. But from what I've seen so far, it seems more of the same, with instead of something new, something a little rehashed and changed. You know, it's not exactly fresh. It's kind of like microwaving your dinner. You know what I mean? That's what I feel from it. I feel like I'm getting a microwave dinner. Give me something fresh. Give me some fresh vegetables. Give me some peppers. You know, I'll fucking nom them peas down, baby. But yeah, it's disappointing, but it is what it is. Reality is, at the end of the day, who knows if it's going to be change. I guess the only way to get the change is if there is a drop in sales so significant they're forced to do it. But I have a feeling that that's not going to happen. And I have a feeling that the next game is going to be, you know, a big, massive hit. And you're going to be seeing giant random Pokeballs rolling around for no reason for a long time to come. But you know, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of Lugia and Soul Silver and the cool ass cutscene he got. Why not have an entire story revolving around that? I'm not even saying have voice acting. I wouldn't want voice acting. I like being able to read the dialogue myself. I'm saying if you're going to create a legendary Pokemon, build on that lore. Build it up for all of them. Build it up for the legendary birds or the dogs or the cats. Whatever you had added to this game. Build it up really strongly. Remember Suicune? And how that creepy dude was chasing him everywhere? You know, expand. Take that and expand. You know, but instead it's just flopping about. There it is. Take it. It's just another sprite at the end of the day to me. I guess that's the big difference. A lot of people, they'll see the Ponyta and they'll be like, dude, new Pokemon. To me, at that point, it's just a different colored sprite. and I already got a fire Pokemon. So I want a reason to want to use it. But having said that, I'm probably gonna buy the new Pokemon game eventually, and I think overall it could be a lot of fun. I just hope that it is more innovative and it doesn't feel like microwave dinner. I'm just hoping that when I play it, that it is something that makes me go, damn, I did not expect this. This is better than I thought. I need to go back to podcast episode 1 and retract some of my comments because they were on top of things all along. That would be wonderful to say, wouldn't it? If 10 months from now or whenever I am on podcast 2000 and I'm like, hey man, remember that time I talked shit about Pokemon? Take it all back. Have my Switch in my hands. Look at all this cool shit going down. But when it comes out, we'll see. When it comes out, we'll see. It could be worse. People complain about worse. People are complaining about Tifa's boobs being too small in Final Fantasy VII. Dude, seriously, what issues do you gotta have to complain about Tifa's boobs in a fucking video game? They're way too big as they are. They're like L cups, Z cups, and that's with the sports bra on. You know what I mean? God damn. So people have a lot more to complain about. That's on the petty scale. What am I talking about over here? You know what I mean? I think that might be it for today. I think that might be all I really want to talk about. Other than that, in my own time, I've just been playing some Final Fantasy VII. Gotta say, dude, Final Fantasy VII. I didn't like Red 13 for a while. Nanaka, I believe. I didn't like him for a while. I thought he was a little up his ass. I thought he was a little bit of a pseudo intellectual. Someone who read a book once and thought he could be a lawyer or something. But then I got to his hometown, and I went through the caves, and I fought those giant spiders, and I fought all those skeleton ghosts, and I was, I'm paying very close attention to the lore. I'm reading every word very carefully in that game, and I'm loving it. And then I got to the incident. Poor Seto, man. When they zoomed up and they showed Nanaka's dad dead, turned to stone somehow, with arrows sticking in his back. The fact that it was a cat, if it was a person, you'd be like, eh. The fact that it's an animal and stuff, fought to save his village. I choked up. I was like, oh, okay. Damn, man. And then there's like these green aqua colored tears coming down Seto onto the ground. And I'm like, wait, is he dead then? Or is he just trapped in stone? I got like 50 softs in my backpack. I'll just throw them at him. Maybe it was his spirit, because that's where all the spirits were. But either way, I want to apologize to the Red 13 community and the fans and the people who I said had bad taste in game characters, because he won me over. Damn that cat, motherfucker. I think it really hit me hard. And I played this game before. I never beat the game, but I got to this point before. I've seen this cutscene before, and I forgot about it until I seen it there, and then it all came back and it hurt. So I gotta say, Nanaka, damn man, you a good dude. You a good dude for a teenager, for a 47-year-old teenager or some shit. Oh shit. But the day in my life's been going pretty damn good. It's been going pretty damn well overall. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I'm gonna exercise a little bit. I haven't worn this top since I've purposely gained some weight, and it's feeling a little choky on me now. My goal last year was to gain at least 5 to 10 pounds. I ended up gaining 15, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'll see y'all later. This has been podcast number 1. I have been your host, Kris. Kris. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the like buttons, follow, subscribe, and become a patron on my Patreon, because that is the single greatest way you can support the channel, support me, and get more of these and other things, because I wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you guys. And I had a great day. I hope you had a great day. I'll see y'all later, alright? I'll see y'all later. And any closing words I should part with? Oh, tell me what games you're playing. Tell me what movies you're watching, and give me some ideas on what you'd like me to talk about in the future. You know what I mean? So I'll see y'all later, man. Enjoy your day. May y'all have a peaceful afternoon. See ya.